Daniel Rowe was the man every woman dreamed of. In the quiet town of Ashmore, where lives were often whispered behind closed doors and secrets festered like mold, Daniel was a rare gem. He loved his wife, Mara, with a depth that seemed otherworldly. He cooked her meals, massaged her feet after long days, and even learned to read her silences. His eyes lit up when she entered the room, even after 7 years of marriage. But Mara was cold. Her beauty was a glacier, stunning, distant, and deadly. Where Daniel gave love, she returned apathy. Where he offered warmth, she retaliated with ice. She would belittle him at dinner parties, twist his words to make him feel incompetent, gaslight him until he questioned his own sanity. Still, Daniel stayed. Because love, as he believed, wasn't a feeling, it was a choice. A vow. But vows, like people, can fracture. It was on their anniversary, ironically, that Daniel discovered the first piece of evidence. A red lipstick-stained napkin stuffed in the pocket of her coat. Daniel didn't confront her. He didn't need to. She never wore red lipstick. That night, she came home late, smelling of expensive perfume and someone else's cologne. When he gently asked if she was okay, she laughed and walked away. The next day, Daniel installed cameras. Not because he didn't trust her. He already knew the truth. He needed proof. Weeks passed. The footage revealed a pattern. Mara wasn't just unfaithful. She was meeting with someone regularly in their home while Daniel was at work. But something was strange. The man she met never showed his face fully. The cameras would glitch. Daniel realized someone was tampering with the footage. Someone that is tech-savvy. So he hired a private investigator. 3 days later, the private investigator disappeared. Vanished. No trace. That's when the first threatening letter arrived. Stop digging or you'll regret it. She's not what you think. Daniel's hands trembled. Who was she? It was during one of her business trips that Daniel broke into her home office, a room she kept locked. Inside, he found a second phone, dozens of encrypted messages, offshore bank statements, a passport with a different name, Anna Markov. No, Anna wasn't just unfaithful. She was running from something, or towards something far more dangerous. He found photos of himself in her drawer. Surveillance photos. She'd been watching him. Long before they married, he set his own trap, pretended to go on a business trip, then returned unexpectedly. He watched her from across the street, hidden in a rented car. That night, the strange man returned. Daniel followed him after he left. The trail led to an abandoned warehouse outside town. Inside, Daniel discovered a room filled with surveillance equipment and photos, not just of him, but of several other men, all of whom had married women with different names and identical eyes. It was a ring, a network, women posing as wives to infiltrate lives, gather intelligence, and disappear, leaving destroyed lives behind. Was it espionage? A cult? Something worse? He returned home. Waited. When Mara walked in, she froze. He was holding the passport. The lies stop now, Daniel said, voice calm. She pulled a gun. He didn't flinch. You were supposed to be weak, she hissed. You were the control variable, the one who wouldn't fight back. And yet, he said, stepping forward, here I am. But then the door burst open. FBI. Guns drawn. Drop the weapon, Anna. Turns out, Daniel had sent all the evidence, photos, bank accounts, messages, to a contact he trusted in law enforcement. It had triggered a months-long investigation that was now culminating in her arrest. Anna was led away in handcuffs. She turned to him once more. For a moment, something like remorse flickered across her face. Or maybe it was just the flicker of losing control. Daniel was shattered but free. The headlines called him the husband who loved too much. Therapy helped. Time helped more. But what truly saved him was rediscovering himself. His music, his art, the parts of him that had been buried under years of emotional abuse. He wrote a memoir. It became a bestseller. A story not about revenge but resilience. And then, in a bookstore in San Francisco during a signing, he met her. Claire. She had quiet eyes and a laugh that sounded like forgiveness. She didn't save him. She simply saw him. 2 years later, Daniel and Claire married under a cherry blossom tree in spring. He gave his vows again, not because he had to, but because he chose to. And this time, love wasn't a prison.